In a world full of touching stories, few are as powerful or enduring as that of Hachiko, the loyal Akita dog whose daily act of devotion became a symbol of unconditional love. This isn't just a tale about a dog waiting for his owner. It's a true story that unfolded in Japan in the 1920s and 1930s and continues to touch hearts nearly a century later. Hachiko waited at Shibuya Station every single day, hoping his owner would return, long after the man had passed away. You won't believe the true story of Hachiko, the faithful dog who waited at a train station every single day for nearly 10 years after his owner passed away. His tale has inspired books, films, statues, and ceremonies, and he remains one of the most famous dogs in history. But beyond all the fame, what truly makes Hachiko's story so unforgettable is its emotional truth. A simple reminder that love, once given, can last a lifetime. If you love heartwarming dog stories, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a new video. Let's dive in. Hachiko was born on November 10, 1923, in the city of Odate, located in Japan's Akita Prefecture. He belonged to the Akita Inu breed, which is native to Japan and known for its loyalty, strength, and calm nature. Hachiko was a cream-colored puppy with a gentle personality and intelligent eyes. As a young dog, he was sent to Tokyo to live with Professor Hidesaburo Ueno, a respected professor of agriculture at the University of Tokyo. Professor Ueno was looking for a loyal companion, and the moment he met Hachiko, they formed an instant bond. The professor named him Hachiko, with the ko suffix used as a sign of affection. Hachiko quickly became part of the family and followed Ueno everywhere. He was known for his quiet, obedient nature and the deep affection he showed toward his owner. Their connection went beyond the typical relationship between a pet and a human. Hachiko didn't just see Ueno as a caretaker, he saw him as a true friend. Little did anyone know that this young puppy would grow up to become a national symbol of loyalty, inspiring millions with his story of devotion and unbreakable love. Each day, Hachiko and Professor Ueno followed the same routine. In the morning, they would walk together to Shibuya Station in Tokyo. The professor would say goodbye, board the train to the University of Tokyo, and leave Hachiko behind. But Hachiko never wandered far. He would either return home or wait nearby. What made their bond especially remarkable was what happened in the afternoon. Hachiko would return to the station just before the train arrived and wait patiently for Ueno to step off. This daily meeting became a comforting ritual. Hachiko's excitement was clear every time he saw his owner walking through the crowd. Commuters and station workers began to notice the well-behaved dog who always showed up on time. Many of them smiled or greeted him, charmed by his loyalty. This simple act, a dog waiting for his human, touched those who saw it. It wasn't forced or trained, it was love, in its most honest form. Rain or shine, Hachiko kept his promise. For the professor, it must have been a joy to know that someone was always waiting for him at the end of the day. And for Hachiko, those few minutes of reunion were everything. On May 21, 1925, tragedy struck. That morning began like any other, with Professor Ueno heading off to work and Hachiko accompanying him to Shibuya Station. As always, the faithful dog waited for his return, but that afternoon, the professor never came back. While giving a lecture at the university, Ueno suddenly collapsed from a brain hemorrhage and died. He was only 53 years old. Hachiko, unaware of what had happened, waited by the train station just as he always did. The professor's absence was confusing, but the dog didn't give up. He returned the next day, and the next, and every day after that, always arriving at the same time, always waiting for the face he loved. Many assumed the dog would stop coming after a few days or weeks. But Hachiko continued to wait, day after day, despite the heartbreaking truth. For him, the bond they shared had not ended. His heart still believed in reunion. That small, silent act of waiting became a quiet expression of grief, love, and hope. A daily vigil for a friend who would never return, but was never forgotten. What makes Hachiko's story truly incredible is that he kept waiting for 9 long years. Every single day, at the exact same time, Hachiko would walk to Shibuya Station and sit near the ticket gates, watching the passengers come and go. He searched every face, hoping to see his beloved professor once more. Despite being offered homes and shelter by kind strangers, Hachiko refused to leave his post. His loyalty to Ueno was stronger than anything else. At first, commuters found the dog's behavior curious, even strange. But over time, people learned of his story. They were moved by his dedication. Station workers fed him, gave him water, and even built a small shelter for him to rest. He became part of the station itself, a fixture of daily life. Through bitter winters, rainy seasons, and hot summers, Hachiko remained. He never gave up. His daily visit turned into a symbol of loyalty and love, and word of his vigil began to spread. The people who once passed him by without a second thought began to admire and respect him. Hachiko became a quiet hero, waiting not because he was told to, but because his heart would not let go. In 1932, 7 years after Hachiko began his daily vigil, a Tokyo newspaper published an article telling his story. The response was overwhelming. People across Japan were touched by the faithful dog who waited every day for his deceased owner. Overnight, Hachiko became a national symbol of loyalty and devotion. Visitors began traveling to Shibuya just to catch a glimpse of him. Children learned his story in school, and he was featured in newspapers, magazines, and eventually books. Hachiko's presence at the station brought comfort to many during a difficult time in Japan's history, reminding people of the importance of love and commitment. In 1934, a bronze statue of Hachiko was unveiled right outside Shibuya Station. The event was attended by hundreds, and Hachiko himself was present, standing humbly beside the sculpture built in his honor. That statue still stands today and has become one of the most famous meeting spots in Tokyo. Through his quiet, consistent presence, Hachiko became not only a local figure, but a beloved national treasure. His story helped revive interest in the Akita breed and inspired a cultural appreciation for the loyalty of animals. On March 8, 1935, Hachiko was found peacefully lying on the street near Shibuya Station, the place he had waited for his beloved owner every day for nearly 10 years. He was about 11 years old. His death saddened the entire nation. People gathered to mourn him, laying flowers and saying goodbye to the dog who had taught them the true meaning of loyalty. Hachiko's body was preserved and displayed at the National Museum of Nature and Science in Tokyo, while his remains were buried beside Professor Ueno in Aoyama Cemetery, finally reuniting the two friends. Over time, Hachiko's story became legendary, inspiring books, films, and even an American movie, Hachi, A Dog's Tale, starring Richard Gere. His statue at Shibuya Station remains a popular meeting spot and symbol of faithfulness. Every year on March 8th, a ceremony is held to honor Hachiko's memory and the love he never let go. Hachiko's story continues to inspire people around the world because it speaks to something deeply human, the longing for connection and the beauty of unconditional love. His loyalty wasn't taught, it came from the heart. In a busy world where relationships can be fleeting, Hachiko reminds us of the power of devotion that never fades, even in the face of loss. He waited not for a reward, but out of love and hope. That simple, quiet act turned into a global symbol of faithfulness. Today, his statue at Shibuya Station is more than just a tourist spot. It's a place where people reflect on love, loyalty, and the bonds that endure. Hachiko shows us that animals too feel deeply and love truly. His legacy lives on as a gentle reminder to cherish those we care about and to never take loyalty for granted. Hachiko's story reminds us that loyalty knows no limits and that love, once given, never truly fades. His quiet vigil touched hearts around the world, and even today, he stands as a symbol of devotion we can all learn from. If this story moved you, share it with a fellow dog lover or someone who needs a little hope. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more inspiring stories about incredible dogs. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video, where love and loyalty always take center stage.